Hello! I'm Elaine, and I'm a tour guide in the French Quarter. I do ghost tours. And I am not going to tell you the stories that I tell on my tour, because you gotta pay for those. But if you want to hear some interesting things that have happened to me while I'm leading random drunk people around the French Quarter, I got you.
So tonight was my last night of tours before Mardi Gras. It is currently Sunday night, and Sunday before Mardi Gras is a fun night to do tours. Yes, it is loud. Yes, there are distractions. Yes, it's chaotic, but it's good vibes. And like the quarter was not nearly as distracting or loud or chaotic as usual. And we just had a little fun night. We got to see some of the parade floats heading back towards the warehouse, just driving by with a police escort. We got to see a walking parade of people just in fun costumes. We got to see a lot of drunk people, but not nearly as bad as usual. But there was one distraction that was hilarious. So I finished the first stop, headed over to Marie Laveau's, and I got so lucky. I got there when there were no other tours there. So I have basically the entire block to myself. And so I'm having fun, getting to chat, getting to talk, getting to not have to scream over people. And I see some people come around the corner. I'm like, oh, that's probably a tour. And they're being a bit loud, but not crazy loud. So I'm just like, okay. And I raise my volume just a hair so my guests can continue hearing me over the chaos. And I notice that my guests are getting really distracted by the people passing by behind us. So eventually I glance back there to make sure nothing is the matter. And I realize it's not a tour that was passing by behind us. It was the Christian church groups that tend to proselytize on Bourbon Street on busy weekends. And I was like, oh, okay. Oh dear, because they have been known to stop and scream at tours before and things like that, and they don't seem to approve of, voodoo. And so I was a little bit nervous, but I decided to just keep going, keep talking, life is good, and I keep going, and they're still behind me. I'm like, what the hell are they doing back there? And I glance back, and they have stopped. Not because they want to scream at me, not because they want to tell me I'm going to hell, not because they want to hand me a tract with a hilarious comic showing people going to hell. No, you see, they always carry this life-size cross with them, and it's on wheels, and they just roll it through the quarter when they're walking around. And it seems, for whatever reason, they had taken it apart before they got here, and they hadn't put it back together yet. So they'd set it down to put it together, and they couldn't figure out how to get it to go together. And I'm like, guys, it's two pieces of wood with wheels on it. Like, I know y'all are not carpenters, but Jesus was, and I'm pretty sure he could help you a little bit, maybe pray a bit. But I'm just sitting there trying to talk about Marie Laveau, watching these guys trying desperately to get two planks of wood to go together, and it is utterly hilarious. And I'm continuing my story, talking about how good of a person Marie Laveau was, and honestly, it was super peaceful. And then around the corner comes the teenagers, because these guys that come out with their church groups, it's usually not all adults. There are usually a buttload of teenage boys as well. And yeah, I don't know why. It's almost always the teenage boys, never the teenage girls, but it's the youth groups that come out. And they all wear matching shirts, and the boys are always super excited, and I always get the vibe that they are really there just to watch the chaos. But, if they have to tell someone to go to church afterwards, whatever. And they come around the corner, I'm like, oh, we're about to hit chaos mode. And no, the boys just stop and watch their chaperones try to put together this cross. And I finish my story, and I'm like, okay, guys, let's go around the people trying to put together the cross, and we're gonna go, look at Marie Laveau's house. And we do that, and it's all nice and peaceful. So, yeah, it was a pretty quiet night for, the Sunday before Mardi Gras. But at least it was a fun one.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to share your own experiences in the comments below.